Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I can no longer help you guys.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite gossip girl back with some juicy news. If there is someone who is always coming after Sean Love Diddy Combs, then that would be 50 Cent. At this point, we might as well think that Fifth has so much hate on Diddy that his jabs at him are often unfair and personal. Yeah, sure, there's got to be someone who's willing to speak about Diddy's shady behavior, especially about the accusations of him grooming young talent. But what 50 Cent is doing is always attacking his sexuality as if that is the biggest problem about Puffy. But obviously he knows a lot of things about Puffy and how dangerous he can be, because even he is stating why more and more rappers are fearing P. Diddy, especially after what happened to Jamie Foxx.
Don't make like it's just me, man. Puffy do some like a little fluffy stuff
now
going on.
You guys are all in some hip-hop beef, okay?
Nah, Gerard ain't got nothing to do with this. Well, Puffy said...
Gerard got nothing to do with it.
If something like that was possible to be conspired just because Fox revealed something that he should not, then what else is Diddy capable of doing to people who decide to speak up against him? I mean, there are a lot of speculations about Puff, some of them are likely possible, while others are far-fetched ideas. But all the news about him seems to be worrying enough for people. Even his fellow rappers take a step away from him and no longer give him the regards that he was used to receiving. These people are fearing Diddy, and they might have good reasons why they are doing this. Because, let us be honest, even though we know that nothing was ever really confirmed, the fact that these theories are going around, there is a root for all of this, and people who have been close to Diddy himself already shared their thoughts on how he behaves behind closed doors. People enjoy the banter between 50 Cent and Diddy, thinking that Puffy being closeted is something that should be a big deal. There is a bigger problem here, guys, come on. This is more than Diddy's sexuality, and 50 Cent might as well use his courage to go against Diddy in a more reasonable way. Because by the looks of it, he is only offended by his sexuality and nothing else. He does not seem to be bothered about the speculations that Puffy is taking advantage of young talents and fellow rappers as well. So, what really happened between Jamie Foxx and Diddy, and why 50 Cent is suddenly getting in the mix? Apparently, Foxx made a mistake of talking about the wild parties that he had with Diddy in an interview back in May of 2018. Because of his story, a lot more believed that Diddy could be pretty violent and dangerous, especially whenever he gets drunk in his own parties. As rumor has it, there are party rules that the guests are obliged to follow. Many are inappropriate and might be against others' will. Puff was allegedly not happy with the things that Jamie mentioned in that said interview. Just recently, fans became worried about Jamie and they have been associating Diddy to what happened to him. Last April, the world was shocked with the Instagram post that Jamie's daughter made. She wrote, "We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, experienced a medical complication yesterday. Luckily, due to quick action and care, he is already on his way to recovery. We know how beloved he is and appreciate your prayers. The family asks for privacy during this time." It didn't seem serious until a source revealed that it was a medical emergency and that the family was told that what happened was serious, which made the other members of the family, even those from out of town, come to the hospital. The insider added, "He's communicating now, and that's good news." This situation became shady when fans and other people started digging about what has been happening to Jamie Foxx and the show he was working on in the past few months. What is bothering the fans even more is the fact that Jamie had been very open about his health condition in the past, even his substance abuse. But right now, it was as if they are trying so hard to mask what was really happening to him. Many things have happened on the set of the film Jamie is working on, Back in Action. There were reports that Foxx once had a meltdown and 4 people were fired because of that. A source revealed, "There have been some issues on the set and Jamie has had a major meltdown over it all. He demanded the problems be sorted immediately and sacked 4 of the production staff, as if that would magically improve the situation. Some people working on it are totally fed up with how this has played out, and Jamie has become pretty unpopular." A different source revealed, "This film has been a bit of a nightmare. There have been a lot of delays, especially with the weather thanks to filming outdoors in London in winter, but the latest issue is a bit more sinister. One staffer has been sacked, and there are investigations after someone tried to get access to $40,000 in cash from Jamie Foxx." If you want to know more about what happened to Foxx, then make sure that you are already subscribed to our channel to see all the gossip and news that I have gathered about your favorite celebrities. Now, going back to the video. By the looks of it, someone is trying to sabotage Jamie in this film, and many of his fans were really keen on accusing Diddy as he has the power to do such hideous deeds. Why are there a lot of mishaps and all the problems and hurdles seem to be planned? Diddy must have been so angry at how Jamie tried to expose his real sexuality. But if that was the only reason, that is kind of petty. I mean, a lot of other artists have already doubted Diddy's sexuality. Even Wendy Williams once stirred this conversation, and some of you might remember that she apologized for doing that. On the other hand, 50 Cent is another individual who has been so focused on telling people that Puff is not a straight man, despite all the things that he has done to make it look like he is a real-life womanizer. During an interview with The Breakfast Club, 50 dissed Puff a couple of times. He pointed out the viral clip of Diddy and Fabulous where Puffy was making Fab uncomfortable as he tried to question him why they never partied together. 50 also called the bad boy exec fruity on social media. Not only that, but in his interview, he also told a story about Diddy inviting him to go shopping. Some people initially thought that the beef only got something to do with the fact that 50 is homophobic, but there were speculations that Diddy once asked him to do something inappropriate, just like what he allegedly did to some of his employees and young talents who have asked him for help in their career. Apparently, 50 turned down the offer, and that is when the beef started. But when it was Diddy's time and he stopped by The Breakfast Club, he clarified that they are not feuding and said, "I don't have no beef with Fifth, he loves me." When the host acted like he does not believe that, Diddy responded with, "Hold on, y'all can't see that he loves me? You really think that's hate? When you break it down, you've been out here a long time, you know he loves me."
Why y'all got?
Hey, yo, I don't have no beef with
I don't know why.
With Fifth. He loves me. He loves me.
Do y'all really
can't
have
see
a
it?
beef?
I mean, y'all can't see it.
No, we can't
Y'all
see
can't
it,
see
man.
that he loves me.
But see,
you really.
Okay, it is clear as day that 50 is not his biggest fan. Just think of all the effort that he did just to call him gay. You see, we do not support 50 being homophobic, but he has some guts and is not afraid to diss Diddy like that, considering that there are a lot of deaths where Diddy was allegedly involved. And after what happened to Jamie Foxx, I bet that 50 and the other rappers are getting weary of Diddy. Come on, Foxx has been a good friend of Diddy, and the guy has no beef with anyone in the industry. So, thinking that someone might be sabotaging his film is already shady. Fifth has been working hard to warn people about Diddy. I mean, even without his warning, people already know not to cross his path, as he had a history of getting violent and doing what it takes just to stay on top. You know that he has been accused of being involved in Tupac and Notorious B.I.G.'s death, right? Many people close to the deceased have spoken about this possibility. Even Diddy's former bodyguard had exposed his relation to this case as well. Gene Deal also backed up Jamie's claims, so there are high chances that Diddy really has something to do with what happened to Foxx. Come on, why was everyone seem to be on high alert about Jamie's condition? It just proves that whatever happened to him, medical condition or not, it was serious enough to keep the media and the people from knowing more than they should. Sean Love Combs might have thrown the best parties that big celebs have enjoyed and benefited from, but it will never change the fact that Diddy's behavior is a huge threat to anyone who would try to go against him. People are starting to realize how fearful this dude can be, and more rappers are starting to take a step away from him as they are afraid to fall into his traps as well. There you have it. Now you know why 50 Cent is always calling out Puffy every chance that he gets. But until now, all of the things that he said are just jabs and shade, and no one is really taking matters seriously when it comes to Diddy. Thank you for watching, and do not forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click on the notification below to be updated whenever we have a new update. Until next time, stay tuned for more juicy gossip.